Excavation increased to 167. Excavation increased to 168. Excavation increased to 169. Excavation increased to 170. Excavation increased to 171. Excavation increased to 172. Excavation increased to 173. Excavation increased to 174. Column 3. Its books left the server. Excavation increased to 175. Excavation increased to 176. Excavation increased to 177. Member toxicgamer 4116. I'm being a yato bit. Excavation increased to 178. Excavation increased to 179. Excavation increased to 180. Excavation increased to 181. Excavation increased to 182. Excavation increased to 183. DA network. The abyss has been successfully closed. Excavation increased to 184. Excavation increased to 185. Excavation increased to 186. Excavation increased to 187. Excavation increased to 188. Excavation increased to 189. Excavation increased to 190. Excavation increased to 191. You burned $2,000 by killing a skeleton. 2000 x1. Excavation increased to 192. Excavation increased to 193. Member toxicgamer 4116. BRB we have a woodpecker on the side of the house. Excavation increased to 194. Excavation increased to 195. Excavation increased to 196. Excavation increased to 197. Excavation increased to 198. Excavation increased to 199. Excavation increased to 200. Excavation increased to 201. Excavation increased to 202. Excavation increased to 203. Excavation increased to 204. Excavation increased to 205. Excavation increased to 206. Excavation increased to 207. Excavation increased to 208. Excavation increased to 209. Excavation increased to 210. Excavation increased to 211. Excavation increased to 212. Excavation increased to 213. Excavation increased to 214. Member toxicgamer 4116. Back. Excavation increased to 215. Excavation increased to 216. Excavation increased to 217. Excavation increased to 218. Excavation increased to 219. Excavation increased to 220. Excavation increased to 221. Excavation increased to 222. Excavation increased to 223. Excavation increased to 224. Excavation increased to 225. Excavation increased to 226. Excavation increased to 227. Excavation increased to 228. Excavation increased to 229. Excavation increased to 230. Excavation increased to 231. Excavation increased to 232. Excavation increased to 233. Excavation increased to 234. Excavation increased to 235. Mining increased to 4. Excavation increased to 236. Excavation increased to 237. Excavation increased to 238. Excavation increased to 239. Excavation increased to 240. Excavation increased to 241. Excavation increased to 242. Excavation increased to 243. Excavation increased to 244. Excavation increased to 245. Excavation increased to 246. Excavation increased to 247. Excavation increased to 248. Excavation increased to 249. Excavation increased to 250. Mechanical archaeology rank 2 unlocked. Excavation increased to 251. Excavation increased to 252. Excavation increased to 253. Excavation increased to 254. Excavation increased to 256. Excavation increased to 257. Excavation increased to 258. Excavation increased to 259. Excavation increased to 260. Excavation increased to 262. Excavation increased to 263. Excavation increased to 264. Excavation increased to 265. Excavation increased to 266. Excavation increased to 267. Excavation increased to 268. Excavation increased to 269. Excavation increased to 270. Excavation increased to 271. Excavation increased to 272. Excavation increased to 273. Excavation increased to 274. Excavation increased to 275. Excavation increased to 276. Excavation increased to 277. Excavation increased to 278. Excavation increased to 279. Excavation increased to 280. Excavation increased to 281. Excavation increased to 282. Excavation increased to 283. Excavation increased to 285. Excavation increased to 286. Excavation increased to 287. Excavation increased to 288. Excavation increased to 289. Excavation increased to 290. KNNS 123 has reached the goal. Beaconator. Excavation increased to 291. Excavation increased to 292. Discord. Executive member. Lil Indigo 1 a very dead chaw. Discord. Executive member. Lil Indigo 1T. Excavation increased to 293. Excavation increased to 296. Excavation increased to 297. Excavation increased to 298. Excavation increased to 299. Excavation increased to 300. YouTube. Roddy Boys left the server. Excavation increased to 301. Excavation increased to 302. Excavation increased to 303. Excavation increased to 304. Excavation increased to 305. Excavation increased to 306. Excavation increased to 307. Excavation increased to 308. Excavation increased to 309. Member.toxicgamer 4116. Indigo. Member.toxicgamer 4116. You want to help flatten. Member.toxicgamer 4116. A surface. Plus. Lil Indigo 1 joined the server. DA network. Ground items removing in 60 seconds. Plus. YouTube. Right voice joined. DA network. Ground items removing in 30 seconds. Comma Lil Indigo 1. Hello. DA network. Ground items removing in 10 seconds. DA network. Ground items removing in 5 seconds. DA network successfully removed 1123 times items. DA network. The abyss is open for 90 seconds. Do abyss. Excavation increased to 310. Excavation increased to 311. Excavation increased to 312. YouTube. Right voice left the server. Excavation increased to 313. Excavation increased to 314. Excavation increased to 315. Excavation increased to 316. Excavation increased to 317. Excavation increased to 318. Excavation increased to 319. Excavation increased to 320. Excavation increased to 321. Excavation increased to 322. Excavation increased to 323. Excavation increased to 324. Excavation increased to 325. DA network. The abyss has been successfully closed. Excavation increased to 326. Excavation increased to 327. Excavation increased to 328. Excavation increased to 329. Lil Indigo 1 left the server. Excavation increased to 330. Excavation increased to 331. Plus. YouTube. Right voice joined the server. Excavation increased to 332. Excavation increased to 333. Plus. Founder. 4K joined the server. Excavation increased to 334. Excavation increased to 335. Excavation increased to 336. Excavation increased to 337. Excavation increased to 338. Excavation increased to 339. Excavation increased to 340. Member.toxicgamer 4116. High 4Bay. Excavation increased to 341. Excavation increased to 342. Excavation increased to 343. Excavation increased to 346. Excavation increased to 347. YouTube. Right voice. What's with the dots? Excavation increased to 348. Excavation increased to 349. Member. Odo the Gamers left the server. Excavation increased to 350. McMMO at archaeology rank 3 unlocked. Founder. 4Bay. X setting up Zen browser. Founder. 4Bay. AFK. Excavation increased to 351. Excavation increased to 352. Excavation increased to 353. Excavation increased to 354. Excavation increased to 355. Excavation increased to 356. Excavation increased to 357. Member.toxicgamer 4116. KNNS you have disk player? YouTube. Right voice. You mean a jukebox? Excavation increased to 358. Member.toxicgamer 4116. Yes. Excavation increased to 359. Excavation increased to 360. Excavation increased to 361. Excavation increased to 362. Excavation increased to 363. Excavation increased to 364. YouTube. Right voice. I have one. Member.toxicgamer 4116. Excavation increased to 367. Excavation increased to 368. YouTube. Right voice. Oh. Excavation increased to 369. YouTube. Right voice. Didn't you give me a 2v2t kit here? Woodcutting increased to 1. McMMO at hardest lumber rank 1 unlocked. Member.toxicgamer 4116. IDK. Woodcutting increased to 2. YouTube. Right voice. This here. Member.toxicgamer 4116. I think I gave you a mace kit. Woodcutting increased to 3. Member.toxicgamer 4116. Oh yeah. YouTube. Right voice. YouTube. Right voice. Oops. Excavation increased to 370. Excavation increased to 371. Excavation increased to 372. YouTube. Right voice. KKNNS. Excavation increased to 373. Excavation increased to 374. Excavation increased to 375. Excavation increased to 376. Member.toxicgamer 4116. He's doing Asmer LOL. Excavation increased to 377. YouTube. Right voice. Oh, I can see your skin. Excavation increased to 378. YouTube. Right voice. Ah, nice. YouTube. Right voice. Nice skin. Excavation increased to 379. Excavation increased to 380. Excavation increased to 381. Excavation increased to 382. YouTube. Right voice. Nice place you got here. Excavation increased to 383. YouTube. Right voice. What you planning on building then? Excavation increased to 384. Member.toxicgamer 4116. Yo, what do you want to help flatten? Excavation increased to 385. Founder. 4Bay. Excavation increased to 386. Member.toxicgamer 4116. Proba base in the spawner room. Excavation increased to 387. Excavation increased to 388. Excavation increased to 390. YouTube. Right voice. Ah, nice. Excavation increased to 391. Excavation increased to 392. YouTube. Right voice. We're on bedrock, right? Excavation increased to 393. Member.toxicgamer 4116. Ruddy free maces and yaws. Excavation increased to 394. Excavation increased to 395. Member.toxicgamer 4116. I always on bedrock. YouTube. Ruddy voice. I don't need any maces but tie. You on a bedrock client? YouTube. Ruddy voice. Lycorian. Excavation increased to 396. Member.toxicgamer 4116. Non-no client. YouTube. Ruddy voice. Ah, fair enough. Excavation increased to 397. Excavation increased to 398. Excavation increased to 399. Excavation increased to 400. Excavation increased to 402. Excavation increased to 403. Excavation increased to 404. Excavation increased to 405. Excavation increased to 406. Excavation increased to 407. Excavation increased to 408. Excavation increased to 409. Excavation increased to 410. Owner, monkey porcupine has requested.
Monkey porcupine, okay.
Excavation increased to 412. Excavation increased to 413. Owner, monkey porcupine. Member toxicgamer 4116. YouTube. Ruddy voice. She her. Excavation increased to 415. Member toxicgamer 4116. Ruddy Y. Excavation increased to 416. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Yeah, there girl. Owner. Monkey porcupine. But toxic, you gonna let me help. Member toxicgamer 4116. Yeah. Excavation increased to 417. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Okay. Excavation increased to 418. Member toxicgamer 4116. Ruddy is here. Excavation increased to 419. Member toxicgamer 4116. No killing and griffing. Owner. Monkey porcupine. I won't. Excavation increased to 420. Excavation increased to 421. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Shit. Owner. Monkey porcupine. I'm so sorry. Excavation increased to 422. YouTube. Ruddy voice. LOL. Excavation increased to 423. Member toxicgamer 4116. It's OKC. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Had anchor or on. Excavation increased to 424. DA network. Ground items removing in 60 seconds. Excavation increased to 425. Excavation increased. Excavation increased to 432. DA network. Ground items removing in 10 seconds. Owner. Monkey porcupine. S. Member toxicgamer 4116. To here. Excavation increased to 433. DA network. Ground items removing in 5 seconds. Member toxicgamer 4116. Yeah, LOL. YouTube. Ruddy voice. Yeah, I'm surprised it's still here. It's been here like when I first joined. DA network successfully removed 411 times items. DA network. The abyss is open for 90 seconds. Do abyss. Member toxicgamer 4116. I still didn't move. YouTube. Ruddy voice. Is that custom super insta minor thing? Excavation increased to 434. Excavation increased to 435. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Any collateral damage I lost my phallic. YouTube. Ruddy voice. Mine's not as powerful as hers. Excavation increased to 436. Member toxicgamer 4116. Yeah. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Just use meteor nuker. Excavation increased to 437. Owner. Monkey porcupine. And turn on packet mine. Excavation increased to 438. YouTube. Ruddy voice. Oops. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Oh. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Yeah, gotta make sure it doesn't mine downwards. Excavation increased to 439. Member toxicgamer 4116. Just mine crown the chest. Member toxicgamer 4116. S. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Dude, I mine everything or nothing. Excavation increased to 440. McMMO. YouTube. Ruddy voice has reached the power level of 1500. DA network. The abyss has been successfully closed. Excavation increased to 441. Excavation increased to 442. Member toxicgamer 4116. Fair enough. Mining increased to 5. Mining increased to 6. Mining increased to 7. Mining increased to 8. Mining increased to 9. Mining increased to 10. Mining increased to 11. Mining increased to 12. Mining increased to 13. Mining increased to 14. YouTube. Ruddy voice. Well, this is Alec better. Mining increased to 15. Mining increased to 16. Mining increased to 17. Member toxicgamer 4116. Guys, I just figured out how to do the collar fan. Member toxicgamer 4116. Gets. Excavation increased to 443. Member toxicgamer 4116. I2SS. Mining increased to 18. Mining increased to 19. Mining increased to 20. Mining increased to 21. Mining increased to 22. Member toxicgamer 4116. Stacked on top of each other. Mining increased to 23. Mining increased to 24. Mining increased to 25. Mining increased to 26. Mining increased to 27. Mining increased to 28. Mining increased to 29. Mining increased to 30. Mining increased to 31. Mining increased to 32. Mining increased to 33. Mining increased to 34. Mining increased to 35. Mining increased to 36. YouTube. Ruddy voice. Member toxicgamer 4116. LOL. Owner. Monkey porcupine. There's a reason why I have almost 15 meters stone mined. LOL. YouTube. Ruddy voice. Yep, I aspire to be like you one day. Excavation increased to 444. Member toxicgamer 4116. I use Lower client on mobile. YouTube. Ruddy voice. Is that a hack client or just a vanilla client? Member toxicgamer 4116. For some reason nuke don't work. Member toxicgamer 4116. IDK. Member toxicgamer 4116. PRV hack. YouTube. Ruddy voice. I better get back to my slave mining. Member toxicgamer 4116. I can pay in spawners. Owner. Monkey porcupine. During go bye bye. Member toxicgamer 4116. I think monkey remember when I abused duping spawners. Member toxicgamer 4116. LOL. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Oh, that was you? Member toxicgamer 4116. BRB. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Ah, okay. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Oops. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Sorry KNNF. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Yeah. Owner. Monkey porcupine. But toxic told me to go right below sea level. Member toxicgamer 4116. Yeah, it's fine. YouTube. YouTube. Owner. Monkey porcupine. You know. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Another thing I'm really good at is draining water. Owner. Monkey porcupine. Just ask the oceans near spawn. Member toxicgamer 4116. Who is that? You died it. Chunk still loading.